Hello, and thank you for listening to another episode of the Top 8 Podcast. I'm Matt Batiste,
And I'm your co-host, TJ.
and today we are coming up with our top 8 list of breakup songs.
Very fitting for two people who are in happy relationships. Speaking for myself, I assume for you as well, but we thought it'd be fitting for a Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah, when we decided on this topic, I was like, this is really funny. Like, how long have you been in a relationship for?
Like 5 years.
Yeah, I'm coming on to 15.
Jesus Christ.
So it's been a while since the last time I listened to one of these songs and thought, oh, my life sucks. My partner left me. So,
But they still hit nonetheless.
they do hit. And like, I think one of the songs that's actually on my list, I made a video about in a couple months ago, because the whole meme of it was that, I'm in a happy relationship, but it's a breakup song. And it's that time of the year that you listen to this one particular breakup song.
I think I have the song on my list as well.
I have a feeling, we both have the song on our list, and you probably have it on your list as well.
But I will say, I definitely have missed many, many songs that would fit this top 8. So please comment which ones we're missing.
I think the hardest part about coming up with a top 8 list in general, and I think this is going to be our biggest issue throughout the entire podcast, is going to be missing some that should be obvious that we forgot about, that maybe like the listener or the viewer is like, how did they forget about this song? It's just, if you mention it in the comments, we might read your comment and be like, oh wait, how did we miss that song?
I know, I'm expecting a few.
All right, so how it works is I'm going to share my list, TJ is going to share his list, and then we are going to combine the lists to come up with the ultimate top 8 breakup songs this week. So, who wants to go first?
Why don't you kick it off?
All right. At number 8, I have a song I think in the theme of forgetting songs. Also, sorry, before we get into the list, I also just want to also really clarify that some of our songs may not necessarily also be like breakup songs, or the songs are about breakups, but maybe they also still kind of hit that mood or vibe for going through a breakup.
I meant to say this as well, because some of mine aren't necessarily about a breakup, but they're very applicable to a breakup situation.
Yeah, and I feel like that, like, I don't know if this is towards a breakup situation, but like, it definitely, I feel like, would hit if you're going through a breakup.
Yeah.
My number 8 song is Boxcar Racer, I Feel So.
Oh, nice.
And can I just say also that half of that album, at least, can work as a breakup album.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't put any Boxcar Racer on my list, but I definitely respect the pick.
I will spoil the other picks. I don't have Blink-182 I Miss You on there. And that was one that I was just sort of like debating on putting on or not, but there were just so many other ones that I was like,
I know.
should I go Blink-182 or Boxcar Racer? And I feel like Boxcar Racer, just like the overall vibe of the band, kind of fits.
It fits better than the overall aesthetic of Blink-182. That's definitely fair.
Yeah.
I'll give a little spoiler. I do have I Miss You on my list somewhere, but I didn't have it at first. It was kind of like just the other day I was listening to it, I was like, oh my God, this fits on the list. Why do I not have this? So, a little teaser for what's to come.
I definitely struggled with that one.
Yeah.
I wanted to put it on, but I was kind of like, I like all these other ones a little bit more.
That's fair. Good on that one?
Yeah, good on that one. What did you have for number 8?
Number 8, I have I Hate Everything About You by 3 Days Grace.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I thought so. Like, even just the chorus itself, like, I hate everything about you. Why do I love you? I mean, it just hits home for...
That's the perfect, like, angry breakup song.
Exactly. I have a few angry breakup songs on this. I tried to get some different perspectives of, like, angry, sad, why did you leave me? I hate you because you left me. This is I hate you. But yeah, it's always been kind of like a classic for me. Their first record is amazing. So
their first record is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I kind of fell off with them after their second record.
1X. Yeah, 1X is probably one of my favorite records of all time.
Like 1 and 2 were their great ones. And then after that, it was just sort of...
I think they switched vocalists after, if I'm not mistaken, they switched vocalists after 1X. And then it kind of fell off, not to like hate on the new vocalist, but yeah, the first 2 are kind of iconic.
And I love that breakup songs can also just have so much variety as well, from like the angrier ones to the sadder ones. I have a fun one. My number 1 song is a fun breakup song.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So
All right, why don't you go
Keep
for
listening.
Why don't you go for your number 7?
Number 7. Now this one might be a little bit of a controversial one. But I have Brand New, the boy who blocked his own shot.
Canceled.
See,
but it's such a good pick.
It's too hard to sort of ignore as like an ultimate breakup song, and that's also why I kind of put it so low on the list.
Yeah,
because like it works so perfectly. I think we can call out the fact that Jesse Lacey's a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
But like the song separating it for this list, I feel like it works. And like that's why it's kind of also so low. If not, it probably would have been higher if Jesse Lacey wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah, you take away tarnishing the reputation of the band, and I think that this sits much higher.
Yeah. And like that whole Deja Entendu album was just so perfect that it's like that's where like that internal struggle really kind of comes in, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole discussion to be had about that, but
which we're not going to have.
We're not going to do today. but
it had to make the list. It is just like arguably one of the best.
Objectively, it is. Yeah, for sure. Okay, number 7 on my list is "The Love You Want" by Sleep Token. I had to include a Sleep Token song on here because,
of course,
such a big fan.
Do you have a lot of like metal songs or metalcore songs on yours?
The like first bunch are because I wanted like at first I had like all emo and like pop punk, just like really sad stuff. And then I was just like listening to my standard playlist this week. I was like, there's so many heavy hitting songs that apply to this that I kind of swapped something.
Why do I listen to so many metal breakup songs? I've been in a happy relationship for so long.
It just is what it is. Chorus really hits in this song. There's a section in the verse that I also really like. The first or the second verse, "Seems your heart is locked up and I still get the combination wrong." I don't know. I find Vessel to just be a lyrical genius when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, "Love You Want," Sleep Token. I assumed you wouldn't have it. That's why I put it lower. So we have more of a discussion towards the top. But yeah, had to include it.
All right. Number 6. I have one that you definitely don't have, but I have Your Graduation by Modern Baseball.
Definitely don't have this one. Honestly, I know you love your Modern Baseball. They were never like that band for me. I know they are for a lot of people.
They sort of have that cult following.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'd say about like 3/4 of their catalog could probably go towards and work towards being a breakup song. I feel like most of their songs are about like being hurt by a girl in high school. I feel like that's also
the theme, right?
That's like the theme of most emo music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have Modern Baseball in there. And once again, like that was also because their catalog, so much of it could sort of fit as a breakup song. It was sort of hard to pick which song to put in that spot because I knew I wanted Modern Baseball in there. So I just picked one of their biggest songs. I'm like, yeah, this works.
Yeah, that makes sense. I tried to, for a lot of the lists that we're going to do, I'm trying to keep it to like one band only, like in each position, because I don't want because you could probably fit 4 different Modern Baseball songs on this list. So yeah, sticking to one I think is the right way to go.
I'm definitely spoiling that for a future episode that we have planned. I'm not going to lie. There's going to be one of our lists where it's like just filled with this one band. But
okay, fair enough.
We'll get to that episode in the future.
Gotcha. Okay, my number 6 is "The River" by Wage War, which I also assumed you would not have.
I like Wage War, but it definitely wouldn't have made my top 8.
Yeah, okay. This one is just like, I put it here because it's full of breakdowns. So not only is it like a heavy breakup song, but it's just like a really good heavy song in general. But even just like the intro hits super hard, like "Trust is dead, like everything else you said. Each word more meaningless than the next. Your lips and your lies have severed the ties. I don't deserve this and you don't deserve me." Boom. And then into a breakdown. That's a fucking hard-hitting breakup song right there.
It's just really funny to me, like hearing songs and lyrics like read that way instead of the way that they're supposed to and like sung in the song. And like,
well, I'm not gonna do my impression, but
it kind of sounds a lot cheesier and cornier when you read the lyrics versus like listen to them.
Absolutely. He has a lot more angst and aggression behind those words than I just delivered it with. But heavy or hard hitting nonetheless.
You know what we should do one day? We should go to like one of those like slam poetry things and we should just like read hardcore and metalcore lyrics.
Yes.
I feel like that would be so fun to have a bunch of like hipsters like snapping as we're just like,
oh my God, this is so good. You can thank the Used for this one.
I feel like we need to do that. Would be the funniest bit. I feel like we should 100%
Write it down. Write it down.
We got to find where the closest slam poetry meeting
yes.
is, and we just have to go and just read out other people's lyrics, like emo song lyrics.
Absolutely.
My next spot here, this is where we're, I think, really getting into the top stuff, getting into the top five spot, and almost like, I want to say it's kind of cliche or typical. Like, I feel like you can probably guess the rest of my list. Number 5 for me, Real Friends Have Given Up on You.
Okay, yeah. Should have expected Real Friends. Not on my list, but
the rest of my list is basically like second gen pop punk, except for one of them.
Gotcha. Good to know, actually. All right, what do you have to say about this track?
I've given up on you. I mean, what else is there to say on it? It's one of the
name speaks for itself, really. Yeah,
it's one of like the most it's one of the saddest songs, and this is one of those songs where you're just kind of like, I just imagine like just driving my car off of the bridge, just like, as I've given up on you.
There's a content idea.
Yeah. No, let's not do that. That sounds like a really bad idea. But this is one of those songs that makes you want to drive your car off of a bridge. Like that's how sad it is, you know?
New playlist name. Here it comes. Yeah, okay, good pick. My number 5 is If You Can't Hang by Sleeping with Sirens.
Okay.
Yeah, Amy's my partner's like favorite band is Sleeping with Sirens, so I've heard the song about a million times. It's kind of like a scene classic too. It's like, I met a girl at 17, she meant the world to me. That just like, it rings true to this day. So
you're just listening to breakup songs with your partner. See, that's how you know you have a strong relationship, when you can listen to the breakup songs and they make you happy and you're singing along and you're not like getting moody about it.
Absolutely. And they're also playing this record in full at When We Were Young. So it's definitely going to be on my my must-see list.
My next one is Knuckle Puck Untitled.
Yeah, okay. So I debated putting this on there. I definitely should have, but it was just left off of my list.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I love every song that's on my list, and I tried to get some variety where I'm going to have more pop punk coming towards the end of my list. So yeah, it should have been on there. When we do our top, when we are doing like our combined, it's going to be on there.
Good to know. Spoiler. Yep. Where will it fall though? That I don't know. That's one of those songs that just like, it can easily get you into your feelings like immediately. It's one of those songs, you just, that opening intro and you're like, all right, I'm sad now.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, number 4 on my list, I think we're at, is December by Neck Deep, which is like, where is it on yours? Do you have it or no?
Yeah, it's on my list.
Okay,
that's the one that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode.
Okay, like the fun one?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
I wouldn't call December.
It's not fun, but like it's a sing. Like you put this on at emo night and everybody's singing along.
Yeah.
So like it's fun in a sing along sense, but when you dive into the lyrics, you're like, God damn, this is sad. But this is like one of my favorite songs off of one of my favorite records of all time. It's a perfect breakup song, in my opinion.
I think so too. And that's do you want me to tell you where I put that up for me?
You can reveal it if you want to.
That's
if
my
not,
number
you don't
2.
have to.
That's
okay,
my
number 2.
Yeah,
okay, good to know.
That was the follow up because I was kind of like debating on putting that one at number 1 because it's like the perfect breakup song. I mean, it's about being cheated on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was just like, it hits hard every single time you hear it. Like I said, when I mentioned earlier on in the episode, in December, when it hit December, kind of jumped onto the meme of December, but the angle that I took was like, when you're in a perfectly happy relationship, but it's December, so you need to listen to the saddest breakup song ever, you know, and that's just sort of one of those things where like it hits, and then, you know, you go upstairs and you give her a kiss and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, we're good.
Things are good.
Things are good. But yet that's just one of, I think, the best breakup songs because it's actually also about a breakup. Like it's just song wise, like lyrically, instrumentally, it's a perfect song. So that's number 2 on my list.
Absolutely. Yeah, good pick. Okay, I think you want to go now?
Yeah, number 3. So we'll cover both of mine, then go from 4, 3, and 2. Number 3 for me is Story So Far, Clairvoyant.
Oh, okay. I had this on my list at like 8, and then it also fell off with Knucklepuck.
Well, Story So Far is also one of those bands where almost every single song's about a girl.
Yeah.
Did you see the meme that I posted on my Insta story a little while ago? Or it was like, guys girls hold on to things and never forget and blah blah blah, blah for like so many years, and they'll bring it up whatever, and then it's like also guys, and it's like their favorite albums are all Story So Far albums, like all just like harping on shit.
The epitome of that exact same thing.
It was just like that was like the funniest meme. Like when I first saw that, I probably like screamed out in public like this is hilarious, and needed to reshare it immediately. Because it's so accurate.
Yeah.
And you probably could have put a lot of Story So Far songs on there. I just kind of picked that one.
Clairvoyant is the one. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's for me, it's like the December for Neck Deep is like, it's Clairvoyant for the Story So Far.
That's why I kind of like my list was almost like predictable, because it was Knuckle Puck Untitled, Clairvoyant, and December. Those are like sort of the three big ones within that second gen pop punk sort of era, right?
True. So that was 3 for you, right?
Yeah, I did. We've got my 3 and 2.
And 2, yeah. Okay, so I'll go 3, 2, and then
and then we'll reveal our number 1.
Well, my number 3 was I Miss You, Blink-182. So we kind of chat about that a little bit, but I mean, what is there to say? It's probably the most iconic, like sad pop punk emo song, in my opinion, like of all time. It like, especially you're talking about like the second gen sort of like sad pop punk wave. I feel like Blink-182, I Miss You was like the template for those, in my opinion.
That's fair.
I mean, it was like 2009, so it's kind of like the same theme, but yeah, I just love this song.
Would you have Halloween on Christmas?
I love Halloween, so I would of course have Halloween on Christmas.
All right, number 1. I want you to go first on this one.
Actually, let me do my number 2.
Oh yeah, you didn't do your number 2 yet.
Yeah, my number 2 was Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine.
Of course. That's hilarious.
This was like the song that I think of when you picture like the meme of like leaning your head against the window when it's raining. And I'm like, I'm listening to Tears Don't Fall. Like Tears Don't Fall, they crash around me. That's just, I mean, what needs to be said about this? I remember like being 12 and like on a road trip missing my like girlfriend at the time, listening to this song being like, the world is over. So it had to be near the top on my list.
Okay, I feel like every emo kid at one point in time just like stared out the window of their parents' car watching the rain fall down.
Exactly.
And just like got all in their feelings about it and just got superly overly dramatic about the rain falling down. Just thought you were in like a music video or something.
About like nothingness.
Didn't Kelly Clarkson do like a video where she was in a scene doing that too?
I think so. I'm trying to remember what the actual music video is that like people pull it from, because I can't remember it now. It may be that one.
I feel like it was like a Kelly Clarkson video.
It probably was. But that's the meme that I'm picturing. I'm like, and then I hear this song when I see that meme.
What was that? Was it? Maybe I'm just confusing the song and the lyrics with like another video, but wasn't there like a Kelly Clarkson song like rain fall down? Nah, nah, nah.
Yeah, that is her, I think. Yeah. I can't remember what the name of the song would be though.
I don't know. I'm never.
I know.
My favorite Kelly Clarkson song
is the A Day to Remember cover of Since You've Been Gone. Me too.
That was actually the song that introduced me to A Day to Remember, and I'm like, this cover rips. What the hell is this? Who is this? And then I threw on For Those That Have Heart and was like, who the hell is this band? And they like they were like that like middle to end of high school like game changer band for me, A Day to Remember. So actually I'm surprised that neither of us have, unless this is your number 1.
If it means a lot to you.
Yeah.
So okay, I will say it's not my number 1, because I've always viewed that song as just like, it's like a missing home kind of song for me, not a missing an individual. So like that's kind of the vibe that I get from that song. So I don't really associate it with like a breakup or a relationship per se, even though I think there is some like lyrical themes that can be applied to a relationship. That's never been like that song for me, even though it is one of my favorite songs.
It's kind of funny how we all like interpret songs differently. Like,
I think that's the beauty of music though. Like you can have your own interpretation. Like my number 1 song isn't necessarily a breakup song, but like I think the lyrics are very fitting in the context of a breakup. So like that's how I've always kind of applied it or interpreted it.
Which is funny because I feel like we might have people being like, well, how didn't you include that A Day to Remember song? Because I interpret it that way as a breakup song, right? So
hopefully I've defended myself on that one.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. I didn't really put it on the list for myself either, just because I didn't really see it as well as a breakup song.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I Miss You is also another reason why I didn't add that song, because I don't really see that as a breakup song either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's more so like about missing someone than it is like a breakup song. At least that's how little, like, I don't know how old I was at the time, but like little 16 or I feel like that's even too old at that point. When did it come out? 2009?
Yeah, I think the Untitled record was 2009. Or no,
No, that sounds way too late, because I feel like I was
2007,
in.
I think.
I feel like
Is
it
that
was
even
like
later?
2004
5.
or
It's like,
5.
yeah, I think it is 5. Jeez. I really messed
I,
it
I
up.
remember like being like end of elementary
gotta look it
school,
up just
early
to
high
confirm.
school.
I'm pretty sure it's
I was really
2004.
young when it came out. I remember watching the Feeling This music video on Much Music, and
Oh my God, it's 2003. We were way off.
yeah. See, I was like,
keep-
I thought it was like 12 or something like that. Not
I-
2009. I would have been 18.
I always think that Enema came out in 01, and then it's like 2 years after that. So I always think Take Off Your Pants and Jacket is 03, and then Untitled, I said 09
And,
earlier,
and let
but-
me guess, the 90s were also only 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, number 1. What are you going with for number 1?
You want to do yours or you want me to do mine?
I want you to do yours first.
All right, my number 1, I don't think you'll have this on your list, is All I Wanted by Paramore.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's like, just to give away my cards on Paramore, it's probably my favorite Paramore song of all time. Just because,
Okay.
like, I think the emotional impact of, like, when the instrumentals drop out and it's just Haley screaming, like, all I wanted was you. It's just like, it's so powerful to me. And, like, this is where I was saying where it's not necessarily about a breakup. I think it's her just, like, missing whoever her partner was at the time while he was touring or something. But for me, it just like it resonates so much with like a breakup in that sense that it's my number 1.
I think that's fair. I think that's
Yeah.
a friggin' amazing song. I love Paramore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a great one. I'm surprised I didn't put that on my list either. That's
Yeah.
a great one. So my number 1 though, I told you my number 1
jeez.
was gonna be fun. It's gonna be something different.
Okay.
Newfound Glory, My Friends Over You.
Oh my God. I didn't even think of that, to be honest, but yeah, that's a good pick.
I feel like that is the ultimate breakup song, and it's a fun one. And it helps you, like it just kind of it's that big like fuck you, but not in the
A sad
angry
sense,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
fun.
like
It's
a-
like, well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, or we're gonna go party, and like whatever. Like I'm
It's-
choosing my friends over you.
It's the most optimistic breakup song that you can find. I didn't even think of it, but it's a great pick.
And I feel like sometimes when you're going through something that's so like heavy emotionally, that like a breakup, sometimes having those like really sad songs that bring you down sort of help you drag you down even further and
Yeah.
then send you spiraling. Whereas like a song like this might actually be able to help pull you up.
Yeah. And I mean, having like a good set of friends to depend on when you're in a situation like that is so key. So I think that's a great pick.
All right, what do we want to do for our top 8 now? This is the big one.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to defend most of the bottom 4 on my list because obviously I hadn't even thought about them. So now it kind of comes down to like slotting your favorites in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. We didn't have any in common. So last time we were like, oh, we can just slot in the things that we have
Yeah.
in common. We don't have any now, which is going to make this more tough. Okay, go through your list one more time for me.
Okay, let's put our lists over here. So I have Newfound Glory, My Friends Over You, which I will fight for that one.
Yep.
And I'm good with your number 1.
Oh, we
All I
both had
Wanted as well.
December,
We
so-
both had December. I had mine at 2. You had yours at 4. I'm good with to put that at number 3 and kind of compromise on that
Honestly,
one.
like because we both had it, I would even put it. I'm fine to put it at like 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's lock in December at 2.
All right, let's do that. And then we have
Knuckle Puck, I definitely wanted on there, Untitled, because that was one I was debating about anyways. I would take Untitled over Clairvoyant, personally, just because I prefer the song.
Okay.
But I would be happy putting Knuckle Puck in like the 5-6 position tentatively.
Okay, hold on. So we got number 2. We're gonna do
December.
December. Number 5, you wanted to put Untitled?
Yeah, let's do that for now.
How do you feel about Brand New?
I am okay leaving it off of the top 8 list.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. I wanted to put it in there to kind of like give it that acknowledgement, but like
yeah.
also,
It's okay if it doesn't make the final top 8.
well, because like we also need to acknowledge the other side of
Yes.
this band.
And I think we did that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Um,
Let's see your list here. I like I Miss You, All I Wanted.
Did Tears Don't Fall, like, when I said that, we were like, "Oh, damn." Or was
Mm,
that never that song for you?
There was never that song.
No? Okay.
I liked the song, but like not enough to have it high. If we were to have
Okay.
that on the list, I'd be fine with it like at 8.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, we can put that in at 8 for now. I definitely want it on the list because it's like
Cool.
one of my favorites.
Definitely.
So Tears Don't Fall at 8.
What do we want?
I definitely want All I Wanted high.
Yes.
So it's just between like, it's gonna be a debate for now. I feel like
I think we're gonna save All I Wanted and Newfound Glory for a
The end?
debate towards the end.
okay,
Because I think those are the two songs that we both want to fight for because they're our number ones.
yeah,
So we'll kind of figure out which one's gonna be number 1 and which one's gonna be number 3.
okay.
I Miss You.
Definitely has to be on the list.
It has to be on the list. I think we put that at number 4 because I feel like our ones we're gonna want at 1 or 3.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. Yeah, I Miss You at number 4. You watch, somebody's gonna drop something in the comments and be like, "Oh, damn, that was number 1."
Number 6 and 7 we need to figure out now. How do you feel about Boxcar Racer?
It is a good pick. I didn't know if you wanted to keep it more diverse since we have a Blink song on there now.
We can. Do you want to?
We could do The Story So Far though, because like honestly, Untitled and The Story So Far were originally on my like. You can see that they were on my list before. Before I made like my final top
Did
8.
you have River Below on there?
No,
Billy
no,
Talent? Was that?
that's The River.
Oh, the
Which
River.
I said.
Oh, okay.
Way more, yeah.
I saw River Below. I'm like,
No, but
Billy
I thought
Talent?
about the X
The
from
X
their
is a
first
good one.
record. Yeah, it just didn't make my list, but that is a great freaking song.
I'm good to put I Hate Everything About You on here.
Yeah, okay.
Because I feel like that's the perfect angry breakup song.
Yeah, you want to do that 7?
Yes.
Nothing wrong with a little 3 days grace and some CanCon percentage here.
Gotta get that CanCon in there. What about number 6? What do we want to... Because this is basically our last one, and then it's going to be All I Wanted or Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
So what is the last common one that we have here that we want to really fight for? Do you want to put in Story So Far?
Yeah, I mean, based on your 1 to 5, we have December, we have Untitled. I prefer Clairvoyant to the Real Friends
Mhm.
song. So we can slot in Clairvoyant into 6.
Clairvoyant, I'm happy with that. That's
All
second
right.
gen pop punk.
1 and 3. Give me your defense for My Friends Over You.
My defense is that it is, I think, like I mentioned earlier, it's that perfect breakup song that it's fun. It just feels like the ultimate breakup song, right? Like I feel like it was written specifically for that and to pull you out of
Yeah.
feeling shitty about it, right? It's a banger. It's one of their biggest songs. It's
I think it
just,
is
you know,
probably their biggest song.
I think it is too. It's iconic.
yeah.
It
it's tough.
sort of like Newfound Glory gets a lot of the credit for being one of those first bands to really sort of elevate the pop punk genre. And
Yeah. It was like them and A Day to Remember were like the pop punk with breakdowns kind of
Mhm.
sound. Yeah, that's tough. All I Wanted, like, it's I think I just like hold on so much weight for this one. I can see how it's not like, it's not exactly a breakup song. It's more so just like a loneliness, missing someone song. So I don't know if I can defend it for number 1. It's number 1 for me, but I'd be okay with putting it at number 3 for this just because like, I think you're right in that I just totally forgot about My Friends Over You.
so we're going to do All I Wanted at number 3.
Yep.
And number 1, Newfound Glory, My Friends Over You.
I like that. Having number 1 being like a, not necessarily like a sad song. It's just like a super uplifting track.
It's a non-traditional breakup song. I think
Yeah.
that's why I like it so much, which is also why it just sort of like it fits perfectly to kind of cap off the list.
Yeah, I like it.
All
you
right.
wanna run down the list?
Yeah, let's run through the list. So at number 8, we have Tears Don't Fall.
Nice.
At number 7, I Hate Everything About You. Number 6, Clairvoyant. Number 5, Untitled. Number 4, I Miss You. 3, All I Want Is You. All I Wanted was
All I Wanted.
All I Wanted. I like forgot the official name. All I Wanted. Number 2, December, and
Nice.
number 1, Newfound Glory. My
That's a
Friends
good-
Over You.
That's a good list.
What did we miss? That's what I want to know.
I'm sure that we did miss something, so definitely let us know.
What did we get wrong? What did we miss? Let us know how wrong you are, because obviously this is the top 8 epitome final list. Absolutely no revisions. So
Also, if you have anything that's like insanely heavy where like you can't even hear the lyrics, but I'd love to be like, oh, this is a breakup song. Just some random deathcore, put it in the comments because I'd love to see it.
he was just saying like, you broke my heart.
But in the most incomprehensible way.
Well, that wraps up another episode of the Top 8. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to leave a comment, to review the show, to follow us, subscribe wherever you're listening, and share it with your friends. We really appreciate that, and it helps. So keep listening for another episode as we do another Top 8 next week.
We'll see you next week.